if you're working with the populate fields feature in Listen Layer, you may come across a situation where you feel like you're successfully setting everything up, but when you look inside the inspect element and you drill into one of your inputs in your form, you're not seeing the actual value being populated. So we're going to walk through something you can do here to verify whether the value is actually there, although it doesn't necessarily appear. There are some form systems like Gravity Forms, which we're using here, that tend to do this, particularly if we have certain settings enabled on the form itself. So the situation here is that we are storing some pieces of information like GCLID as a cookie, as well as user source information as local storage. And then we're attempting to push that information into some fields that are hidden here on our form. So let's go ahead and look at some of these hidden fields. We have input 47 is one of our hidden fields. It's inside this list element that has user GCLID. And then we have some other user source forms. So one thing that we can do to determine if there's actually a value here, even though it doesn't look like there is we can run a quick jQuery function. And you can get that from this pop-up here. You may be watching the video from this pop-up. If not, navigate to your listener, find the populate fields feature, and you should see this having issues populating fields. You can grab the code example from there. Just copy it here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to run this. And we're going to target a specific input, and we want to see what the actual value of that input is. So here, we're looking at user GCLID, and the input is 47, which is the example we have. And you can see it returns the GCLID. We can run this for any of the specific hidden fields that we're expecting a value in. So you can see here, let's take a look at our user source path and see if that one's working or if we might have an issue. That's input for 10. Let's change this to a 10. And you can see it returns the entire path. So what this is telling us is essentially there is a value here even though you're not seeing it. And when the form is submitted, it's going to effectively be captured. And you could verify that by submitting some test forms, and you'll see that the data exists on the back end, but you may not be able to validate it on the front end without running a query like this. If you're still having issues or you are having trouble formulating your query, go ahead and submit a support ticket with as many technical details and screenshots as you can, and that way we can get back to you with a quick solution.